of shout out to Sumner and Ben. I was in their live earlier this morning, and they said, "What would happen if Chris wore a bow tie?" I thought, you know what? Let's wear a bow tie tonight. Why? Why not? Let's do bow tie. So we got the bow tie, and without them knowing, I said, white or blue, and I said, just pick. Okay, and they said blue. They didn't know what they were picking, and I found a coat to match it, and here we are, wham bam. So thank you everyone for joining in. I'm waiting to see the few people come through, but tonight we have a very, very special lineup with. Do you ever have ads pop up on your computer and you go, why is that on my screen? I promise I have no search history that even remotely would reflect. Thank you so much for that, Jim. Hey, it's the singing dog gentleman, right? It's the singing dog gentleman. Like, were you promised that you don't have anything in your search history? Who is Jim B? Well, he'll probably answer that when he comes in. He's an important gentleman, I can tell you that, though. He knows a couple of things about Meet Me. I can say that, right? But that's not all that's happening. It's not just community updates today. Let me go to my notes pad. There we go, handy dandy. Tonight on the show, we have Kenny Lee Young as our first guest. If you have not seen Kenny Lee, he's our first up tonight. He participated in the Meet Me Live concert series for the Live Aid. Thanks for putting that on. That was a fantastic time. If any of you missed it, this is an opportunity to get a glimpse into the masterful presentation of a Kenny Lee performance. All right? This guy knows what he's doing. We're talking multiple camera angles. He's got a producer on staff. They go live from a studio. It's insane. We also have Max on tonight, who is a break-dancing madman. He's been featured on reality television, and now he's making waves over here on Meet Me. Really excited for y'all to meet him and have a conversation with him. And then last we also have Scott, who I don't want to allude to too many things, but he's not a pirate. He's not on a pirate ship. But his story does involve something. I don't want to give it away. You have to see Scott. He's our last guest up tonight, but definitely not the least. He has an incredible story. I'll put this. He's one of, I believe, 33 people in the world with this. He's one of 33 people, I believe, in the entire world with this particular condition. So stay tuned for that. Surprises throughout. On that note, let's go ahead and get cracking into app announcements, right? So those are guests this week. As you see in the banner, we have another contest going on. It is the June Welcome Week contest. You know the drill. You guys are good at this by now. Pays out the top 16. First place taking home a cool 800,000 diamonds. That's no joke. 800,000 diamonds is serious business. Then paying down all the way to 16th place at 40K, which is still some serious business, right? I keeps diminishing the light. Anyway, what else do we have? So we have the June Welcome Week contest. Also, there's other shows that I haven't shouted out in a long time. I want to make sure that they're back on your radar. Other shows, quickly. You got Painting Night with Mia at Monday. Tag Monday, everyone. It's not feeling the love. Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. She gets her paint on, takes your suggestions, creates these beautiful artworks. Go and check her out, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you got the Get Fit with Allie and Ashley, who are working out from home. Because finding that motivation to get up and do something, it can be tough working at home. You get your rhythm thrown off. It's been a few months now. The excuses they've got to go. But Allie and Ashley are here to help you. So make sure you check them out. That's every Tuesday at 10. And then Wednesdays, you're here right now, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Suit it up. You know the drill. Talent Team Thursday. The Talent Team comes on. That's Thursdays at 3. They give you app updates. It's a weekly check-in. Make sure you pay them a visit. Show them some love. Give them a hello. Maybe shout out somebody. I don't know. Gorgator is also on Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's with Carmen Sandiego. If you're curious about any of these, make sure that you're checking the top banner, everyone. That's where you can get all the information on what these shows consist of, the scheduled time, all that good stuff. And then last, but definitely not least, the one, the only, Miss Holly herself goes live Saturdays for Holly's theme stream. That's at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so before we bring Jim B on, those are the announcements, the general community announcements that I'll be covering. We have one more announcement. That's with a familiar face to some of you. He goes by the name Jacob, and he's here to give you some updates about another platform within the Meet Group family, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the guy who can't pause his music on time now. But the guy in the box, his name is Jacob.
Hey guys, how are you? What's up?
I'm doing well. I'm doing really well.
I think Tucker in here, so it's nice to see a familiar face. Hey guys, what's going on?
Yes. Jake, you're right. You are a familiar face, but not to everyone here. You've been a busy guy. You've been doing a lot of things.
Yeah.
Just real quick, can you just throw out who you are and how you have some relation to Meet Me?
Yes. So I actually started streaming on Meet Me about a couple of years ago. I would say almost 2.5 years ago. I did that for a couple months, and I got the opportunity to start recruiting for Meet Me. I got the chance to meet Chris, and that's how Chris kind of got here as well. And probably a lot of familiar faces on the app. You'll see I've either worked with hands-on or I've met many people. But anyways, I got the chance to take an app on. It's called Growler, and so right now I'm working over there full time as a independent consultant over there, and also I see Trekker in there. Trekker's one of my guys over on Growler. He's been live streaming for me, and
well, let's touch on that, because you kind of just gave a little spoiler alert here. That's what you're here to talk. That's what you're here to talk about, Jake. Why are we talking about Growler today? What's important about Growler today?
So Growler is actually one of the Meet Me apps. It's kind of just like Meet Me. It's just like Luvu. It's just like Scout, Tagged, and many others. We are a gay bear community. We also have like twinks. We have otters. We have people on the DL. But not only that, over on Growler, there's so many people that just like are wanting to perform. They are putting on their own shows. Like these people have been literally just surprising me day by day. Jacob with no makeup, yes. Yeah, we have a huge community over there, and it's for the LGBTQ plus. And so if any of you guys are ever wanting to check Growler out, make sure to go check it out. Tell your friends about it. And we're building the community on there the best way we know how to. And like awesome. I always say, this ain't our first rodeo, so it's up and coming for sure.
Yeah, there's definitely some cool features coming that are under the hood still in development. But if you identify as a person who's just interested, whatever spectrum of the rainbow that you fall, I downloaded the app myself just to check it out. I love the Meet Group. I love seeing their platforms. And when I signed up, it talked about otters, and I'm like, I'm in. I found out my interpretation of otter is totally different than what your interpretation of otter. But I'll let you know that I love otters. They're very cute. They do the thing with their belly, and I can support a platform that.
I mean, Chris, you probably, in reality, you might be actually an otter in real life.
Well, if you want to learn more about that, Jake, what can they do to contact you if they want to check out Growler? What do they need to do?
Yeah, I'm going to type my Instagram here in the chat, but also, guys, it's in my bio as well. So if you guys ever have any questions at all, please make sure to message me. Make sure to, my email's on there as well. So if you can't get a hold of me on Instagram, which I don't see why you wouldn't, my email's on there as well. It's Jacob at the Meet Group. Just send me an email, ask me any kind of question that you would like. And also I hope to see you guys on the app and give it a go.
Awesome. All right. Well, thanks, Jake, for the update. And I look forward to many great live streams over there. All right.
Yes. I hope to see you guys some live later.
Bye. All right. Thanks, Jake, for the update. In case you just came in, welcome to Suited Up. At this point, we've got Jim B rolling in. But this is a weekly show that we do, Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's an interview-style show where we talk to influencers, up-and-comers, not specific to just Meet Me. We have people come on from all different platforms. So make sure you keep up to date on Instagram of who we have coming on. But the reason I can guarantee that you're here right now is the true man of the hour, the one and the only, ladies and gentlemen, the boss man himself, Jim B is in the building.
What's up, Chris?
Hello, how's it going, Jim?
Good. How we doing, everybody? Nice to see everybody out there. It's been a while. How are things going?
It's good. I think the last time you formally were on the show was the 1 year anniversary of Suited Up.
Is that? I think you're right. Yeah, I mean, 'cause we
When you
haven't
won the
done
boxing.
anything.
You've
Well, it's
come by all
definitely
the
been since
time.
quarantine. So yeah, I think you're right. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was Meet Me history because we pulled a bait and switch there.
That was a good show. I really enjoyed that. We'll have to see what we do for the 2 year, but I enjoyed fleeing Chris for a night. That was fun.
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
Yeah.
So Jim, we're here. You come on, and anytime you come on, we know there's big news and there's things happening.
Yeah, it's interesting. I got two things, and it's not, neither of them really are announcements, but first off, there's a competition tonight for the best background, and I think I'm going to win. If you notice, there's a bunch of boxes behind me with a bunch of names on them. I think some of you might be in the room here. These will be shipping out this week, if you know what might be in those, guys. I might be sporting one just to get the crowd going too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Amazon returns. No, Frank, the varsity jackets are here. Yep, I had Frank over there. We'll ship those out this week. When I think back, that was one of my favorite contests. People were streaming 24 hours. We had a couple go down to the wire. We had some big numbers. It was a lot of fun. We got 33 of these guys going out now, and it gave us some good ideas to do other things like that. So we have some really cool custom gear coming. I told Turk I was going to wear his jacket for this stream, but I left it in the box, Turk, so it's coming to you fresh.
You'll bless the jacket with some Jim B.
Right. No, see, he's telling me to do it. You're boxed up, Turk. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Yeah. Very good.
I can't fit into his schmedium anyway, I don't think,
Did you just medium?
He's definitely medium size. Yeah, right. He's much medium. Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, yeah, Renee, a lot of you guys are in here. Your jackets are coming this week or so. You'll see them in the mail. Can't wait to see you guys get them. It's been one thing this quarantine's done is we haven't been able to ship things really. The hoodies and top streamer kits and just swag in general has pretty much been shut off. But we're trying to fix that, and we got some ideas, and I want to make sure these get out as soon as we got them. So they're on their way.
Sure. Yeah.
So that's number one. That was the first thing. I don't know. That was the first thing I wanted to talk about.
Okay. Yeah, Jim, I think right now is a good time too. Just while you're in the box, there's a lot of rumors that circulate on Meet Me. People talk about people being related to one another.
Yeah.
I've even heard streamers. I've heard that I worked for Meet Me before. I think while you're here, having an actual Meet Me official and admin, just to clear the air on all of the rumors and things that are not true, I think it does a lot of good for the community. So while you're here, if you could just address some of those things.
Sure, that's fair. And there are so many rumors out there. I'm involved in some. I'm related to people as well, or all kinds of people work for the app. And up to this point, none of those have ever been true, right? I don't think there's any of those rumors that really circulate out there that were true. Tonight, there is a rumor that's true, Chris.
Jim.
There is. So I want to set up that rumor so everyone knows what's going on.
Yeah.
One thing that's been happening on the app, there's been more shows, and the Battle Royale itself was kind of an event. We didn't have a host. We could have possibly had a host for that. So we started thinking it would make a lot of sense to have one person coordinate and manage those. So there's always been this rumor that Chris works for the app. Well, I'm here to say in front of all of you to congratulate Chris that as of yesterday, Chris now works for Meet Me as our director of video content. Chris, thanks for all that you've done with the show and what you've done for our events. You've done a lot of cool things. It's great to have you on the team. I just want to welcome you officially to the Meet Group.
I'm super excited. And so we didn't call this just to be excited and say, hey, Chris, congratulations, which I definitely appreciate. But it's important, I think, to add some context around what's actually happening with the role, how I'll still be involved with the community, and address just a couple high-level concerns that will probably be reoccurring. So, Jim, if you can just talk about and elaborate a little bit more about why I have involvement and where it fits in.
Sure, and that is good. And I did want to publicly congratulate everyone. It's how do we announce this? There's no better vehicle on the app than to show that I think people know where to come to hear what's going on in the app. So, again, Chris, on behalf of me, and I see it in all the comments, congrats. We're thrilled.
Thank you. Thank you.
So that's a good point. What does it mean, and what will Chris do that's any different? And first and most important is nothing will change as the way it is as Chris is related and involved in the community. He's still going to focus on shows. He's not what you think of as a typical admin. He'll still be streaming. He'll engage with all of you. He'll do all the cool things that he still does. So to those who aren't even here tonight, if you saw him next week, you would have no idea that he works for the app. He will support all the shows. There's banners, promotions, getting people on, coming up with ideas. He'll be involved in all of that. He'll also be a resource. A lot of you guys have show ideas. He will put together a program where if you have an idea, it's super competitive. A lot of people want to do different things, but if you want to come up with a show, Chris is the guy you're going to go to help you to have that come about. And then again, at our events, I think one of the cool things you do is host some of the events we do, the Wall of Fame and what we do, the playlist party. He will continue to do all of those things. So as I think of it, a lot of your role doesn't change, Chris. I also think it's important to say what you don't do, because there are some things that you won't do that people may think because you work for the company you do.
Thanks.
First, Chris will not be giving out top badges. That is the first thing. So you don't have an inside track with Chris. He will not be running ModBot either. Obviously, we all want to keep the site clean and safe, but Chris is not going to take over ModBot, so he won't be out looking to ban people like ModBot does, or looking for trouble. What else? His involvement in the community won't change, and that's the one thing I say that is for the good thing. One thing, Chris, that is bad news, and I can let everyone else know, you can't cash out anymore. If you work for the company, you can't cash out. So if you give Chris, it's probably going to come back to you. I guess that's how I would think of that. But that's really the things when I think about it. He's on the staff here to promote shows and promote the content that we have, but he's not here to really be an admin in a typical sense. It's a very different role, and it's important, I think, that you remain doing this show and involved in the community and supporting everyone like you do.
Yeah, and you basically hit it right on the head. Alluded to what I think is one of the most exciting parts of all this is that there's new show content coming to the app, and the season structure. Just if we can give a little bit of a hint as to the future of shows, how they currently exist on the platform, what people can look forward to.
Ooh,
it was just a little bit of a delay. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think that's important. I think we do want to think of shows. We get a lot of requests for lots of new shows. We want to have seasons. So you might see a show for 10 episodes, and then we'll move on to other shows. And that's what, Chris, you'll do. And we look forward to work with you. You and I have had a lot of good conversations, both before this. This goes back to a couple nights, I think even in December, some late phone calls about some ideas you might have had and how this could work. And we've thought about this. You're the perfect guy to do it. And I look forward to really all the shows we'll be building out. Live Aid, was a good example of something we did that was different. And I think the way that you interacted with the musicians was really cool, and there'll be more of those.
Awesome. Well, Jim, thank you so much for talking about it. Anything else you want to touch on or go over? Growler, I know Jacob said some things. I don't know if there's anything else, though, that you'd like to talk about.
No, just one more peek. Where's Turk? I don't know if we'll make sure shipping works okay for him there, but we'll get those out. Look forward to seeing everybody in those. Again, we'll have more contests for the jacket. I know this was a cool one. We've got some other gear we picked over. Chris, good to see you. Everyone, good to see you, Chris.
Thank you.
Congratulations. All right.
Much love. Thank you. All right. Well, there you have it, everybody. Now all the times that you cracked the jokes and you said the things, because that's one of the things I get most often. It's true now. If you have show content or ideas, that is something that I'm definitely interested in hearing. Please reach out to me. Please let me know. I want to formally just one more time say thank you to the Meet Group. They've been nothing but fantastic and set the bar so high just as to what people can hope for and dream of and achieve. And this is, I can't think of something to be more blessed or thankful or grateful for. And so thank you so much to all of you in the community who have helped support the show content, help support Proof of Concept, and been around for my regular streams. My relationship with all of you will not change. My streaming will not change. That's something we really want to emphasize, is that I will still be here live streaming. I will still be part of the community. And please don't think of me as like the police, but as an ally, as someone who is a liaison, who's involved in the community and can bring attention to things that are talked about. Because I'll be in here, so to speak, not the trenches, but the community, right, with you. So much love. Thank you, everyone, so much for tuning in. Now we've got a show to do. So our first guest tonight is a familiar face on the Meet Me platform. He is a talented musician. I'll let you know the rest. But ladies and gentlemen, our first guest tonight, the one, the only, the legend himself, Mr. The box, Kenny Lee Young. Kenny, can you hear me?
I can. Sorry, I don't see. Oh, wait. Hold on, just a second.
All right, Kenny's coming back. Kenny's gonna come back, everyone. But yeah, if this is your first time here, welcome to the show. And oh, there we go. All right, there we go, Kenny. You got it?
Sweet, yeah. I mean, I can hear you, but for some reason, it's interesting. I can't see myself. But, dude, one thing I gotta say first off, congratulations, Chris. That's fantastic, man.
Oh, thanks, man. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, of course, my friend. And again, I want to say that I had such a great experience being able to be a part of the Live Aid concert.
Well, let's start there. Normally, I dive into a little bit of, why Meet Me, how Meet Me. Briefly, can you just talk about how long you've been on the platform, though, and when you got started?
Yeah, it was, I guess, beginning or mid-October, and it's been, so far, kind of a really unfathomable experience for me. I say this all the time, I've got to cultivate some really fantastic relationships, and ones that have been so important to me, especially during these really difficult times. I know that there's a lot of strenuous situations that people are in, but it's been really just kind of formative in terms of me progressing as a musician and trying to find my place in the industry during this time.
Yeah, and what have these times been for you? I mean, as a musician and as your primary day-to-day, it is music. So how has this time been for you?
Oh, sorry. There's a little bit of an echo. Hold on just a second.
I think it's the reverb from your mic. Do you use reverb when you sing?
Possibly. I was going to say, I can't hear actually Chris right now. Sorry about that, Chris.
No,
Okay,
you sound very clear now. It's sharp.
Perfect. Awesome. Awesome. Thanks, Steve. Got to give big ups to Steve, who's in the control room right now,
Yes.
taking care of things.
It's important to know that you're not alone, correct?
Right. Yeah, that's actually one thing that's been really nice is that, like, during this time when the pandemic hit, I've been working with a lot of musicians really close to me, and so we've always been coming into the studio before everything was happening. So we're like, well, if one of us has it, the other person's probably going to get it. So it's nice to stick around like a few musicians and being able to like create and still record in the studio and stream. So that's nice.
I just want to do one more pulse check about the echo. So if we can just have you exit and come back one more time. It's good on your end. It's not the reverb. I think it just may be a residual effect from something before, possibly.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's just loop it back one more time. And
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So in case you're wondering what's going on there, Kenny uses something called OBS. It stands for Open Broadcasting System, which is something that I'll talk with him a bit about during this conversation. But the great thing is that he's been able to be very creative with it and implement a lot of tactics and strategies that make his lives very engaging. And so let's go ahead and have Kenny come back here. And while you're waiting for that, please make sure that you give a favorite to all the people that we have in tonight. We have Kenny as well as Max and Scott. Each are fantastic individuals. Here we go. So we got Kenny back. All right. There you are.
Old school, right?
Doing it old school? Okay. Then we can switch back.
For everybody.
It's live, right? It's live. If something doesn't happen, here he goes. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Terrible with technology, and I'm really
No. No, you're good. It's live business, right? It makes it real. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we can hear you just fine now. We began our conversation talking about the coronavirus has been particularly difficult for you as a full-time musician. So can you elaborate a little bit more on that?
Yeah, of course. So as a full-time musician, we were playing about 3 to 4 gigs a week, mainly in the state of Colorado. Every once in a while we would get to tour, which was awesome and great. But of course, during this time where we're playing a lot of like different ski resorts and bars and venues, I mean, when we kind of were predicting this to happen, honestly. And so here at the studio at Lionsgate Studio in Lafayette, Colorado, we were kind of messing around with understanding the ins and outs of live streaming, not just on Meet Me, but on other platforms. And again, seeing kind of where we fit in that. And that was just kind of like our saving grace, was to be able to take advantage of live streaming. And I think, again, it's like, it's going to be the future of the way that not only we connect, but the way we digest entertainment, whether it's music, comedy, whatever that might be. I think that is definitely the spot where we're at right now.
And some of these questions, they may overlap from our last conversation, but I'd really like to make sure that everyone has the opportunity to get to know you. So please know that I remember and that I take to heart our first conversation. Come on, Chris, I already told you these things. You're asking me the same things. And Kenny, what is it that you do? Obviously, you're in a studio right now, but what type of musician are you? What is the situation?
Yeah, so I've been working here at Lionsgate Studio for the past 5 years. Steve, who helps me out doing the production and everything, he created Lionsgate Studio about 10 years ago, and he and I have been playing music together for the past 7 years. I've been in countless amounts of groups since I moved here to Colorado, and so the main genre that I dabble in is something that I call acoustic soul, but I like a lot of blues, a lot of rock and stuff like that, and we play all different types of music. But we're able to record other people in the studio along with our projects, and then something that I've been really diving into more in the past like 2 years is 3D animation and video editing, and that's come in handy with like what we're doing. Kind of goes hand in hand.
Yeah. So across the board, you're really an artistic person. You're a creator.
Yeah, yes.
I'm saying that. I won't make you pat yourself on the back, but I totally get it. Where does that bug come from? Where do you find yourself becoming inspired, or what do you draw your inspiration from?
Yeah, I think it's everyday life. I think that's the reason why I like applications like Meet Me and stuff, is because I've always been very curious about people, like how they behave and what they think, and how they conduct themselves, because I feel like that allows me to have that introspection and to like look at myself and how I how it fits for me. And I think that's a big way that like I try not to like judge as much as I possibly can. I know that I still do. I think that everybody has that innate thing in them that has that judgment, and I think a lot of that just is a type of learning. But for me, it's kind of like where I get to take a step back and kind of be this outside observer. And for me, that's always kind of like the case, whether it involves love or looking at this fantastic world and looking at other people. So yeah, it's a big way for my inspiration, and definitely I have a lot of heroes that I look up to, and a lot of digital mentors that I would consider mentors anyways.
Yeah. When did your career in music start? How far back do you remember being a musician?
Well, I mean, I get the first paid gigs that we started doing were I was in a garage band in high school. That was terrible. I mean, we were just little punk kids. I mean, I'm still kind of a punk kid, but in high school, that's when we started dabbling in it. And it wasn't until college that I really started learning how to play the guitar and playing some really solid music. And that's the first time that I ever cut a CD.
Yeah, I think that's important to mention, and just it's so important that Kenny wanted me to just have the moment to talk about it. So that's how important it is that Kenny picked up playing the guitar in college. And I think a lot of times we can get down on ourselves and we can question, I should have done that a long time ago. I'm late to the game to learn something. I'm late to the party to try and learn something new or take on a talent. And I think that's very encouraging because there are people who are on this platform who are younger than you when you got started. And I thought that's an important, I think, lesson to take from that.
Yeah, well, and that's something that I've actually been really grateful for is that, like, not only do I get to see the the plethora of unbelievable talent that's on this application, but also people that are trying to like further their career, I'm able to give advice to as well, and hopefully, have them bypass a lot of hoops that I've experienced in the past. And that's something that, I think is really indicative.
So he'll jump right back in. It's just to keep the suspense. It's to keep the suspense. It's to keep the suspense. That's 100%. It's just to keep this. It's indicative. It's indicative of.
It's indicative of the Colorado music scene because I feel like it's really cooperative here in terms of the music scene. People are very forthcoming in sharing their information, and I would not be where I'm at without their help. And the best way I know to give is to give back. That's my jam.
Awesome. Let's talk and shift a little bit about to you beginning on Meet Me. So you said you've been on here more than a few months.
Yeah, since mid-October. Yeah. It's been crazy.
How did you originally get started on the platform?
Yeah, actually, Lauren was the one that turned me on to this amazing application. I feel like that was the big way that I was kind of like getting my foot in the door, was being all this kind of coming to light. And so I really got to give a big ups to Lauren for turning me on to Meet Me. It's been a great experience.
Did you have a perception of what live streaming is or could be prior to Meet Me?
Not really. I mean, like, I feel like I've learned so much in this, I would consider a short time.
Yeah.
And I think that, mostly with like platforms like Twitch, I thought that, there's a lot of gamers and stuff like that. I didn't really understand the concept of like people talking to their phone and being able to kind of connect. But I think that that's the amazing thing that we have about with technology these days, is that just like it's such a visceral experience where we truly get to connect on a way that we hadn't before. And I've said this before too, is that I feel like it's all about perspective. If there was ever a time for a pandemic for us to experience it, it's great that we get to experience it now because we are so connected because of technology.
Yeah. Not that it's something we'd ever wish for, which I know you're not implying, but the fact that we can interconnect this way over a device is mind-blowing. And now that you have started, and now that you have done it, what have been some of your favorite takeaways or favorite highlights from being a part of the community?
Oh, it's definitely been the other supporters that I've had, the people that I've gotten close with. I mean, I've experienced some really down points before the pandemic, and just being able to like actually talk to people on the phone from this application, there is a immense wealth of support that it just astounds me every single day. And I just don't know honestly where I'd be without my bouncers' support. It's been more than I could have hoped for.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Now let's focus a little bit on the group that you have. So you have many projects. What are the main ones that we should be taking note of?
Yeah, so the main one that especially you'll get to see on this application, like I mentioned, Steve Turney. I work with him quite a bit. He's my percussionist. My acoustic project is probably the most well-known, and you can just find that anywhere online. Kenny Leung, you guys can hear my music on Spotify, iTunes, Pandora, Google Play, Amazon Music, Deezer, Tidal, SoundCloud. Every single platform that's out there is pretty much on. And yeah, we're going to be streaming actually quite a bit. We're going to try to put together a few shows. In fact, this Friday, both Steve and I are going to try to do a 6-hour stream. And we'll have like prizes and stuff like that. But yeah, like the other projects, I'm in a full band called Earth to Belka as well. And then inside the studio, I just help other musicians and other businesses work on their animation needs or their video editing needs.
I love it. Just to break things up a little bit, do you have your guitar nearby?
Yeah,
Okay.
I do.
Yeah. So instead of just having one performance, you have a great discography of original music and original content. That'd be great if we could hear a couple cuts. Would you like to start off by teeing us up, understanding what one of the songs, telling us about one of the songs?
Yeah, of course. So one of the newest ones that I wrote about 3 weeks ago, it's called Gratitude. And the reason why I was kind of, really putting this song into play was because I used to be one of those people that hates small talk. I detest it immensely. But when the pandemic really struck, I noticed myself really wanting to be drawn towards that. And I feel like even small talk has a very strong purpose. So that's kind of like what it's about, like showing that gratitude for the things that you got to experience previously. So, yeah.
It's the ultimate water cooler love letter. If I think of small talk, that's like the first place, like the water cooler. Yeah, but anyway, yes. All right, so yeah, take it away. Take it away.
I've been swimming in this abyss for years and years and years. Just how much do I miss all the small talk in my ears, my ears, my ears? I never cared too much for it. I always hope we dig past the surface. And even I do miss pleasantries and innocence of the how are you. And if we start to panic like we do, take tomorrow out of your view. For if tonight is all we have, I propose a toast to all of you. Feel my bones start to move, in my skin touching you. Out of my thoughts but into my head, you make your life a paradise, you said. I've got gratitude, I've got
he'll be right back. He'll be right back. Please hold. Hey, he needed take a drink of water. He just needed a drink of water, right? It's a commercial break. That's right. He's too good. Yeah. Yeah.
Appreciate you patient with me, Chris. Cheers, man.
Cheers.
I'll finish out the rest of the song.
You got it.
And we'll see what happens. Who knows? We might just cut out. Yes, I've been swimming in this abyss for years and years and years. Just how much do I miss all the small talk in my ears, my ears, my ears? I never cared too much for it. I always hope we dig past the surface. And even I do miss the pleasantries and innocence of the how are you. And if we start to panic like we do, take tomorrow out of your view. For if tonight is all we have, I propose a toast to all of you. I feel my bones start to move, and my skin touching you. Out of my thoughts, but into my head, you make your life a paradise, you said. I've got gratitude. I've got
Love it, love it. It's a very unique position to sit here one to one and listen to you do that, because I feel special. I feel serenaded. So it's a lot of fun. One of my favorite things that I learned about you last time we talked were some of your aspirations and the things that you're dreaming of and hoping to achieve. As a performer, I think that's important to keep yourself motivated. Will you go back over some of that and share with everyone some of those dreams and aspirations that you have?
Yeah, of course. Well, one of my biggest dreams is I love traveling. I think that kind of goes back to, you know, what I was saying before about how I love people and I kind of love figuring out what they're about.
And what Kenny's about and I'm about is hide and seek. And I'm going to find him now. I'm going to find him right now.
Guy is magic. I just like disappearing, and I feel like I'm really good at having.
You're also a part-time musician. Yeah.
So I'll try to be as quick as possible, I guess. So I want to travel with and.
That one was really well timed. I mean that.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. I don't understand. Yeah. I'm just coming from a phone. Actually, I was having problems this morning.
All right, Kenny. I feel like it's slowly getting down. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to include like one more song, and see if we can hold that. Otherwise, we'll go ahead and jump forward. If you'd like to stick around, we can go ahead and move to the next guest and maybe do another song later. If you can maybe reset your device or do something like that, that'd probably work out well. Yeah. So maybe try that. Yes. Or we can do a battle. We can do a battle if you'd like to go live. That would probably work well. If you'd like to do that. So let's go ahead and tee up a battle. We'll do that and have that. On that point, though, Max, are you hanging around, my good sir? Like to see if you're hanging around. Where is Max? Where is Max? Because Max, we're gonna be looking for you next here, sir. So yes, there he is. So Max, if you can hold tight, we're gonna go ahead and do this battle with Kenny, and after that, we'll have you in here. Thank you, everyone, by the way, for stopping by the show tonight. My name's Chris Casper. This is a show that we do every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Go over contests, updates, who got their badges sometimes. We do some Q&A, things like that. So it's a lot of excitement. If you're interested in the update, I will cover it again at the end. I'm not going to insert in the middle, but yeah, excellent. No, thank you all so much for stopping by. You know what? Let's go ahead and let Kenny go live. He can do his live stream. I'm assuming he'll probably want to be live or do something like that. So for now, let's go ahead and bring in Max, and and we'll go ahead and see what's going on with Kenny in just a bit. All right. So on that note, Max, you're up, my friend. One and only guy with all the moves, Mr. Max.
Yo, what's up, bro? How you doing?
I'm doing really well. Man. How you doing well?
I'm doing good. Yo, I want to give a shout out to Kenny. Your voice is fucking crazy good. Shout out you, bro.
Yeah,
Really dope.
he's a real one. He's a gem on this app, and so I needed to make sure that he got some more favorites and more people to join those streams.
Yeah, for real. He's dope.
But speaking of gyms on the platform, I stumbled across one the other day, and I didn't even know it until I started talking. Which is you. It's you. You are Max the Gym.
Yeah, appreciate that, bro.
Oh, absolutely. And let's dive into why. So, Max, where are you from, and who are you?
My name's Max Thompson. I'm from Arizona, but I live in California. And I'm a professional dancer. I've been dancing for about 8 years now. And yeah, I've been doing this for a while, and I'm part of a crew called Electrobots.
Mm-hmm. And where might we know Electrobots from?
So, me and my crew, we've been on a TV show called World of Dance Season 2, and we've done America's Got Talent Season 11.
Wow, that's impressive. Yeah. And there's a story that leads up to that. So let's take it way back. Let's go to when you were not maximum, but mini. So when you were little, I mean, did you always want to be a dancer? What were your hopes? What was the agenda?
So dance was not in my agenda at all. So I was always into sports. Like I played football, basketball, pretty much like every sport. And then when I hit high school and I was 14 or 15, I got into dance because I was just obsessed with coming up with cool moves. And so pretty much I would watch YouTube videos religiously every single day and try and copy the moves or try and replicate them in some way. But yeah, I got obsessed with dance pretty much when I was in high school.
Was there an initial person that triggered that for you, or was it just you were watching YouTube videos and you're like, yeah, I want to be able to do that?
So it was a TV show called America's Best Dance Crew, on MTV a while ago.
I think so, yeah.
So pretty much that show triggered me into liking dance. I love the idea of being a part of a crew and being a part of competing and battling. And I wanted to be a part of a crew so bad. So I started to learn how to dance on my own to hopefully be a part of a crew.
Wow. And when you say be a part of a crew, what does it mean to, beyond the obvious, it's a group of people, but what does it mean to join a dance crew? How do you go through the qualifications? What's the process?
So I started my own crew, so I don't really I never was jumped, or not jumped, but I was never introduced to a crew. I just started my own, but I know the process is you have to be at a certain level, and everyone has to bond and kind of click and have the same style and same mindset, and that's super hard with a group of people because if you have a lot of people on the crew, some people can have a completely different mindset than you, and that causes fights and arguments. But thankfully I only have 3 people in my crew, including me, so it's 2 people. So we still get in fights here and there, but it's a lot less than if I were on a bigger crew.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about the journey. When did this crew form?
So we formed in 2015, and so we've been together for about 5 years.
Okay. And did you move to LA in pursuit of this, or did that happen as a consequence of you having some success in dance?
Yeah, so I moved to LA about a year and a couple months ago, and it was because of dance. We wanted to take our art form to a different city and try and grow there. Because in AZ, we've done a lot here in AZ, and we needed to take it to the next step. And of course, LA is dance capital, so we took it to LA, and it's been good.
That's really cool. Let's go back to the journey to one of the first shows you were on, or competitions. What happened? How did you get on television?
So So we won a competition called Hip Hop International with a crew of 5. We're called the Outlaws. So I have 2 crews. Outlaws is a crew of 5, and we won that competition. It's called Hip Hop International. And then the people that the producers from AGT were at the comp, and then as soon as we got off stage, they came up to us like, "Yo, do you want to be on America's Got Talent?" And we're like, "Yeah, hell yeah!" So pretty much we auditioned like a couple weeks after that, and then we got straight onto the show. We went straight to the judges with Simon, Heidi, and Mel B, and all of them. And we made it pretty far. We made it like to 3 episodes. So yeah, it was pretty much we won one competition, and it was just we were like lucky enough to have the producers there watching.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
In a crew, what does the involvement? Is it choreographed? Is it freestyle? What is the type of dancing that you're doing?
So we do like choreographed performances. We like to put on like shows pretty much, like, so it's not just dance. We like to add like theatrics in our persona, and like what we like give off is that we're robots. So we're very futuristic, and we dance to music that's like from the future. So that's like our niche.
Cool. And that competition, I mean, was that the first competition that you had won, or had you had a decorated career up until then?
That wasn't the first we've won, but that was like, I would say, our biggest one that really started our career. Like, because after we won that, then we got on the show, or America's Got Talent, then we went on World of Dance. So it kind of like, once you hit a TV show and like you keep going, like your name just like gets out there more.
Sure,
and then
sure.
like more people hit you up for like job opportunities and stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, that seems like the right path to take. What
Yeah.
What were your feelings when you were on that stage on America's Got Talent? I mean, Simon's there, probably the most famous critical people ever to exist. I mean, his name's synonymous with "Okay, Simon," right? So, I mean, what was that like?
So we were all really nervous. But the funny thing is, as soon as we got done dancing, the judges all didn't say anything. And then Heidi was the first to speak, and she was like, guys, I don't know if I really liked it. And then so when Heidi said that, all of us were like, okay, Simon's definitely not going to like it. And then Simon stopped and was like, whoa. I loved it. And we were like, holy shit. Like, so the fact that Simon liked it, we didn't care about like who, like, 'cause Simon is like, he's the king.
That's
Yeah, it was
funny.
crazy. It was dope.
It's a funny perspective to think about disregarding a celebrity's opinion. Of being
Right?
like, oh, I don't care what that celebrity thinks about me.
Yeah, I mean, we cared, but like Simon is like, he's the OG,
Yeah, he's Simon. Yeah.
Exactly.
And you were on another show. You said The World of Dance.
Yeah, World Dance is a J-Lo show, and that one we were on with Electrobots, my crew, and we made it kind of far. And that one was really cool because it's only dance. Like AGT is all talent, so it's hard to win as a dancer. But World of Dance was like only dance, so it was a lot more personal and like more fun because like all the people on the show were like all of our friends, like other dancers.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so you knew the other people. Like you got to
Yeah.
I assume dancing is a community, so you knew the other crews.
Yeah, we knew some of them. I mean, most of them, and they're like a lot of them were our friends. So like it was cool, like being in the hotels with all of the homies. It was really tight.
Hotels and homies. I like it. And now you're in LA. What have you been keeping busy with since moving?
So pretty much since we moved, we've been getting a lot of good like opportunities, and we've been like collaborating with a lot of different like dancers and like artists out there. But ever since coronavirus hit, it's been like no collaborations at all. So right now I'm in AZ, kind of chilling, waiting for this to blow over, because being in LA, like it's like they're on lockdown for like another month or so. So I'm just kind of like in AZ chilling until it's over.
Yeah, I'm curious, being in LA, and just my thoughts were moving around about the future of dance and things that you're doing. What are your thoughts? What's your 2 cents on the TikTok generation of dancers? We have a lot of people now who are all dancers, right?
Yeah.
What's your perception? Are you encouraging of people getting started?
I'm definitely encouraging. I'm encouraging of people starting on TikTok, because it's a good platform to like get your name out there. And but the one thing I don't like is real dancing is like it doesn't get any love. Like, so like for instance, I have a TikTok, and when I post my real dancing stuff, it doesn't get any love. But when I post the stupid like the TikTok trendy stuff, everyone like is crazy about it, and like it just sucks for real dancers because you kind of have to like do the trends. But I mean, no hate to the big trendy, like the kids with the millions of followers, like no hate to them that dance on there, because like they're just having fun, and they're like, they figured out, and they're big on TikTok. So like no hate to the non-dancers, but like it just sucks for real dancers kind of.
To your credit, I believe it's because it's not replicable what you're doing. It's very difficult. And because of that, I'll leave it at that. But yeah, I would say it's an outstanding talent, and for that reason, you should maybe feel good. Yeah. What are your goals? That's a good gift.
Ooh, I've never.
Static. There's static happening. What are some future goals that you have as a dancer, being in LA? I mean, I know that you didn't just move there to wait around.
No, I feel you. I would say some of my future goals. I want to have my own like show in like Halloween Horror Nights or like Universal Studios or Vegas. I want to have my own Electrobots show. That's kind of something that we're planning for. Another thing that is a goal of mine is I also produce music, and I want to be like a music producer, and I want to DJ at like places like EDC and just like all those types of festivals. So those are like my two biggest goals right now.
That'd be really cool. What's the name of your producer title?
As of right now, I go by IMAX, IMAXX. It's just my name, but like since I'm like robotic, I just put an I in front of it. Mm. But I mean, it might change. I'm not sure yet, but that's what I go by for now.
And what type of? Do you have any? I don't want to say a favorite type of dancing style, but a favorite. Correct the terminology. Genre, style, tradition.
Yeah, genre's cool. Yeah, my favorite style is so I do popping and robotics. Yeah, people are like commenting robot emojis. Yeah, I do like robot dancing. So like I like to pretend like I'm a robot, and it's also that falls. So it's like popping, and then it's like robotics, waving, tutting, strobing. It just all falls under popping. So pretty much like popping.
I have one of my best friends. He's a b-boy. He's a competitive b-boy, and he does voguing. He's a voguing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so that's where I was introduced to it, and tutting and those types of things.
Yeah. Voguing's more of like a femme style.
Yeah.
And breaking is more of like the power moves and like the big tricks.
Yeah. So I think right now would be an awesome time to interject some moves if you're up to it.
I got you.
Yeah. And then we can go ahead and kind of wrap things up a little bit, but
okay.
I know we're all just dying. It's been hyped up talking about, so
I know everyone's like, let's see it. You got hella pressure, guys.
You've danced in front of Simon and like Heidi Klum. I'm a guy in a jacket that's blue and trying to pass.
I got you.
I think you're okay.
So these are my new glasses. I'm gonna bring them out for you guys.
That was fun. Very cool, man. Nice. I dug it. Very cool.
Yeah, bro, appreciate it.
Is that like popping and cutting, right?
Yeah, it's like popping, tutting, robotics and shit like that.
Yeah. And so does that have anything to do with the direction that you're heading as an artist? Are you trying to create your own moves? What does that also entail?
Yeah, that's like the basis of what I do. But when we come as a crew, like the three of us, we that's like the style we do. But we create we do like illusions and we do tricks and we do a lot of like kind of like theatrics. So all of us like freestyle in that way. But then when we all come together, it makes like the Electrobots.
Okay. Yeah. So if anyone's interested in checking out some of your socials or seeing some of this, what should they be searching?
Just look up Electrobots. Where's my thing? Can I type in here?
Yeah.
Type.
I think they've got. Yeah, I think some people have got you too, though.
Oh, really?
But Electrobots on, I'm assuming YouTube is probably
Everything.
where a lot of this is uploaded.
Yeah, everything. Dude, I've only been on this app for like 2 weeks, so I'm like so new to all this stuff still.
And that was my next question: is how long have you been on Meet Me? And here's the other exciting part: why are you on here? What do you like about it? Because this is what caught my attention.
Yeah, it's funny. So I've only been on this app for 2 weeks because my roommate was like, "Yo, you should get on this app. You would do really good if you like danced on it." And I was like, "All right, sure, I'll check it out." So I checked it out and I've been streaming every day and it's been really cool because I get to meet so many like dope people. Like I've only been on for 2 weeks and I've already met like some really like genuine people. And then like I was streaming like a couple days ago and I see you pop in my stream because you heard me say like, "Oh, Meet Me is like the best social media." And then as soon as I said that, you're like, "Yo, I need to get you on the show." So that was really cool.
No, it wasn't that quick. I found out a little bit more about you, but yeah. That definitely started my interest.
Yeah. Then I told you about like who I was and stuff.
Mm-hmm. You compared it to other versions of live streaming and things like that, and you differentiated it. What are the key differentiators for you? You said it's the connections that you've been making so quickly.
So like how quickly I'm able to like meet like some cool people and like it's not just like I've done other streaming apps and I didn't meet people as quickly as I do on this. Like a lot of times I'll go on the other apps and I just like get a bunch of random people that aren't even talking. Like on this app, I go on and people are chatting and like talking to me, asking how's my day. I'm asking them how their day is. So it's just more like you talk a lot more on these apps than the other ones.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy that you've found a home here and that you really like it. What do you see as the future for you in live streaming with the platform?
I'm just gonna keep doing it. Like I'm trying to stream every day, and I hope to. I don't even know like what happens when you stream a lot on this stuff, but like I'm just gonna try and keep doing it, and I hope to just meet more cool people and just connect with different people. Like I've already connected with you and like a lot of other people, so I hope to just like really meet more people.
I like it. Well, everyone, make sure that you're giving Max a favorite. Max, is there anything else you'd like to go over, talk about before we wrap up our conversation today?
No, I think I'm good. I just I appreciate you letting me be on your show. This is really cool.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate you coming on and talking. It's been fantastic.
Yeah, and I just hope to, if you guys want to chat sometime, just give me that favor. I hope to meet more people on here and just connect with different type of people, different artists, different, like I know there's comedians on here, just anybody. I'm down to meet anyone. So yeah.
Love it. We love it. Well, thank you so much for coming on, man. And we'll look forward to your growth on the platform. Good luck with all your dancing and anything else that you're pursuing. Music too.
Yes. Thank you, bro.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. All right. I'll see you soon, brother. Bye.
See you, man.
Bye. Cool. I like how I'm acting like I'm hanging up a phone call. All right. Yeah. It's good to see you. Okay. Well, I hope you have a good one. Okay. Bye. Bye. Anyway, that's 2 Max. Make sure you're giving him a favorite. Make sure that you give Kenny Lee Young a favorite as well. We're going to battle with him in just a little bit, but I can't wait for it. I can't wait for it is the name of our next guest tonight. His name's Scott. He's hanging out, my friend. There he is. Scott, if you can go ahead and request the box. This is one of the most incredible stories you may ever hear, truthfully. I had to look into it to check it out to make sure it was legit, and it is. I wouldn't bring it on here unless it actually was. I found the news articles and everything. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome our next guest tonight. I can't wait for it. Clap. Feels so lonely when I clap like that by myself.
I'll clap with you. I'll clap with
Hey,
you.
you clap with me.
How you doing, Chris?
You're clapping for yourself.
How's everybody doing?
I'm doing great, man. Thank you for your patience and rescheduling and everything you've done with me. This has been such a cool journey story to learn about. But before we dive into, is there like a fan or a TV?
Yeah, turn this down.
Before we dive too far into it, can you tell everyone your name, where you're from?
I'm Scott Mell. I'm in Wilmington, North Carolina, currently, and I'm from Tampa. I've lived everywhere, and you want me to get into like the nuts and bolts, or you want me to just
Not quite yet. We'll leave
okay,
up.
cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. So here you are. And how long have you been on Meet Me for?
I've been testing the waters for like the last about a month now.
About a month. What originally led you to the platform?
Just the ability to talk to people and meet new people. It's intriguing, with everything that's going on right now. It's nice to kind of be able to have a conversation.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, a month ago, we're looking kind of towards the thick of when everyone's wondering what's going on with quarantine. And so, yeah, it's an awesome way to socialize and meet people. I guess that said, the meat of this conversation is going to lead in what's going on. So you described yourself one way particularly versus the way you are now. So
All right.
just talk about the person that you used to be.
All right, so I used to be a car salesman, a really good car salesman, total douchebag. I worked out twice a day, and I made good money doing what I was doing. I was in management towards the end, and I moved to Raleigh to kind of grow. My whole life was about the car business. I mean, it was power, greed, control. Those are my vices. Those are the things that kind of moved me. I'm a very passion-driven person, and those are the things that were my vices.
Yeah. And
Serial dater, horrible, the worst.
Serial dater.
Worst.
And would you just consider yourself to be that stereotypical sales guy who was living life?
I mean, better dressed and less zoot suit, and no Rolex or like garbage. But yeah. I my job was to talk to people and get them to do things, and that that they weren't either they were ready for do or whatever, but I convinced them to do it for more.
Yeah, I understand. All right, and so lay out the story for us. What happened? What changed? Give us the details.
So I guess 5 years ago, I got in a wreck, a serious car accident. I got hit at 70 miles per hour from behind. I had 11 staples in the back of the head. I had a concussion. I didn't know I had a concussion. They took me to the hospital. They gave me the 11 staples. They didn't scan me for any damage. So I went home completely oblivious to what was coming. I went on with my life, and 4 months had went by. And then I went to bed one night, woke up the next morning, and I completely lost, they call it spiritual loss of all needs, which means
That one more time.
spiritual loss of all needs.
Spiritual loss of all needs.
So it's like I had a near-death experience, and it was delayed by 4 months, which is something else that I guess happens. And then I also had a loss of all needs. So everything that kind of makes your personality who you are, like your needs, wants, desires, all the decisions that you made, everything that you surround yourself in your life, these are all things that you have ownership of. Well, I woke up one day and I had no ownership of all those things. I had no desire to be in the car business. I was very confused about why I was in the car business, why I lived where I lived, why I had the things that I had, why I had the bills that I had, why I was associated with these people, why put myself in this place? And it was like a downward spiral of why. And I had no idea where I was. And so, I mean, if you look at it this way, you spend every day of your life from birth building up the person you are right now, you know? And so imagine, you know, everything that you've done up to this point is has made you who you are, but then you wake up one day and that's gone, completely gone. And you have no idea where your path is, where you're supposed to go, how you're supposed to get there, what you like, you know, what you don't like. You know, what you don't like is everything you have.
And so, yeah, I guess let's take the next steps in the story. So you wake up, you're feeling apathetic. But it's more than just like apathy. It's just
I've got a ton of anxiety. It gave me a lot of anxiety and trauma, depression, and I had to find a way to express myself. And I was in the car business, and it was literally splitting me in two because I didn't want to be there. So I found myself in a place with art supplies, and I saw them, and I was immediately drawn to them. It was like I had to have them, and I couldn't draw before the wreck. I mean, I couldn't draw a face to save my life. I mean, I struggled to draw a stick figure. My idea of drawing a person was drawing a bunch of circles repeatedly until it formed the shape of what I wanted. And so I was drawn to these art supplies, and because I was in the car business, I bought everything I needed that night and just started painting immediately. And I realized after I painted my first painting, which was I finished that same night, I stepped back and looked at it, and I realized that I could actually paint. And I had never painted before. And not only could I paint, I could draw. And not only could I paint and draw, but I could also do portraits. So it started to like, I didn't know what was going on, but I had to paint every night. And so I started painting portraits every night. And I started to kind of put together this idea of what was going on. And I started testing myself. I started to do things like, I wanted to give myself a challenge that I couldn't do, like spray painting. So I had been painting portraits for 2 years. I shouldn't be able to do them. And then I'm like, you know what, I'm getting really bored with this. So how about I do something I can't do? Let me pick up spray painting. Let me paint a mural. And I should be able to do that because it's very highly technical as far as like the nozzle control and all that stuff. And so I got permission from somebody to use the building. And he said, you know, have you ever done a mural before? And I said, no. I was like, don't worry though, I got this. Fearless. I mean, I was so convinced that I could do it. It was just, I mean, it's ridiculous. And I spray painted a 50-foot by 50-foot mural on the side of a building. And it was the first time I had ever tried spray painting. And it was a person's face and a huge hand. I mean, I like to paint things larger than life because it kind of dwarfs me. It makes my anxiety go away. So there's some psychological thing into that.
Just to put some framework around this too, this isn't you playing a guessing game of, hey, I'm just talented now. You actually went and sought out some information, correct?
Yeah, so once I started like formulating what was going on, and I tested myself and I passed, and I was able to do things that I shouldn't be able to do, then I started Googling different things, and I came across this doctor. Oh my goodness, I can't think of his name. But he's the leading doctor for acquired savant syndrome in the world. And acquired savant syndrome is it's very commonly known as like Rain Man. You know Rain Man. You know Rain Man, right? Well, he has perfect math and memorization skills, but he's very not functional as a person. He's autistic, and so autistic kids tend to have they're more likely to have savant syndrome, which means they're born with a talent that they never learned, but they were just born knowing how to do it. So that would be like math, playing music, drawing, memorization, just crazy stuff. And so there's acquired savant syndrome is when you have a traumatic brain injury on the left side of your brain, and it triggers your that swelling is on the side. It's in a very precise place, causes it to open a certain part of your brain that you don't. Everyone has this knowledge, this treasure trove of knowledge in their brain, but you don't have access to it. And so whenever you have a traumatic brain injury on the left side of your brain in a very specific place, there's like 1 in a 250 million chance that you acquire a certain talent. And so that's me. I acquired the ability to paint portraits, and I don't think it's really subject to that. I mean, just create art in general. Like right now I'm sculpting, and I've never sculpted before, but I'm tackling that too as well. But I paint portraits, and I can show you.
Yeah, please. Yeah, so let's kind of go through and just take a look at and tour some of the things that you've done.
Let me see if I can get this off. So this is what I'm currently working on right now.
Wow, that looks to be pretty large.
Yep. So it is. I mean, that ruler right there is a 4-foot ruler.
Wow.
So it's about 6 foot by almost 5 foot, I guess.
Wow.
And then what I like to do is I'm very big on texture, and so there's always texture underneath the skin.
Wow. Wow. It's super
And so then this is one that I'm kind of working on now. I like to paint deep set emotion because it helps me express like what I'm feeling, but also one thing that most people share with trauma is that they feel like nobody understands how they're feeling, or nobody understands, what they're going through. But if I paint this and somebody emotionally attaches to it, and they're like, wow, I feel this way, then they already know that somebody else has felt this way too. And so they're not alone in their trauma. So this is my second attempt at hitting realism. The nose, I put a lot of time in the nose and that right eye. And then I don't know if I can show you here, but like skins looks really gross.
Yeah.
When you get really close to it. And so like that's what I try to replicate on this right here, is like how blotchy and nasty it looks. That was my first attempt. That's a really big canvas. That's 7 foot by 6 foot.
Wow. It's another. So you like to do very large, like emotional portraits.
Yeah, I like anything
that's
that's
amazing.
bleeding emotion. Yeah, so I crushed it on the eye on this one, and that was my first attempt on doing that on the skin there. I mean, like everything I do is like self-taught. Like I don't go to classes to learn how to do it. Like I paint naturally. I don't know what I'm doing. I just do it. Something I did for my daughter.
That's cool.
Poured paint. That was just something fun we did. I'm really huge on texture. So like I always have like these canvases that I'm like testing different things on.
Yeah.
Like, this is a portrait that I had already done, and that one's I'm doing a remake of it because I lost it. I lost a lot of my paintings because the last 5 years has been rough. But I'm just now starting to get back, to normal. But I lost a lot of the things that I had painted. This is gonna be a self-portrait. You can see all the texture. And so yeah, that's me.
So you have.
She's drowning.
This person's drowning.
Yeah, she's drowning. There's a tremendous amount of stress. I'm trying to get this to switch around. Sorry.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be a little.
There it is.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, I'm back.
Great. Yeah, I mean, so whatever you're comfortable with, but I think our experiences, environment, they help shape our values and who we are as a person. You did mention the last 5 years have been tough. No need to dive into the nitty gritty or areas that you're uncomfortable, even just high level. They help give us some perspective as to what it is in your journey has been. How have you become the person that you are? What has the story been, and how has it played out?
It's been I was a very extroverted, narcissistic salesperson that enjoyed life to the fullest, and I took advantage of people. And after the wreck, it was almost like it became the exact opposite. And I want to help people. I paint things that that people can look at, and it helps, people who are suffering for something for them to attach to, so that they don't feel alone in their trauma. I'm working with a couple people to try to get to where I can get on a larger platform and reach more people, because I feel like it's important to let people know who's going through certain, anxiety, depression, trauma, that that they're not alone, and that there is somebody out there that understands them, and it's it's just 70% of the world's population is going through anxiety or depression, trauma, something like that, and I think that if I can get on a larger platform and reach out to more people and help them, then that would be, we would be helping a lot of people. And so that's what I'm trying to do now.
And then Meet Me enters the stage, right? So here we are.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and so what has your experience been so far in this community? How have you liked it, or have you not liked it? What is your experience been?
I have a hard time getting people to talk to me. It's really that's one of the challenges that I'm kind of dealing with right now. I don't want to just be on there and paint, because then nobody wants to talk to me. So then I try to interact with people, but nobody wants to interact with me because they feel like they're disturbing me from my painting. And one of the things I don't like and maybe you can kind of put this forward, is I can never tell who's still paying attention, like who's still watching. So I don't know who I'm addressing or who am I talking to. So that's that. But I'm very new to the whole thing, and trying to figure out what I want to do. But I am looking forward to trying to take on new challenges as far as different people's talents. I like to find people who are talented and interview them and see what makes them tick and why they do what they do, and witness how they're doing what they're doing, and then tackle it myself. Is kind of something that I'm working towards right now.
I love it. I know a guy who likes that too.
That's cool.
It's excellent. I love it. Just really quick too. You had a little bit of media attention too because of what had happened. Is that correct?
Yeah. It was real quick. I had my 15 minutes of fame. It went national. They did a local news broadcast or interview, and as soon as that hit, then everybody was contacting me. I was doing interviews every day. I got on Bob and Sherry's morning show, and I went on NBC National overnight. I think I hit like 60 some channels across the country, and what else? I'm sorry, more than 60. It was like 300 some channels across the country, but I hit like almost every state, I think, in about a 48-hour period. Wow. I was over in Mexico, and then I was overseas too, like 4 different countries over there. It was weird. People were reaching out all different kinds of languages, saying all kinds of crazy stuff, and just it got to where it was like my full-time job trying to respond to everybody. Yeah, and but it was cool, and everything's kind of calmed down since then, and I am working with somebody in Hollywood that's looking at trying to do something. So we're trying to, it's just all talks right now, but hopefully we'll be able to help people with whatever I'm planning on doing.
When you complete your pieces, do you just keep them? Do you sell them? What does your artwork?
Yeah, I paint for myself, and I do commission. So if somebody wants something special for them, I paint for them. I like to paint big is my only thing. I don't really charge for that big. But yeah, I'm not opposed to selling my stuff. And the stuff that you normally see is stuff that I paint for myself. But people tend to like attach to it and want it, and then they'll buy it before I can even finish it.
It's kind of like fostering a dog or something, right? Where
you get it to a certain point, and then somebody wants to take it from you. Like I'm not done with it yet.
You can't do it. You can't. You've obviously been through a very, very unique experience. And in some ways people can relate, in other ways they obviously won't be able to, because the statistic I threw out in the beginning, 1 of 33 people?
Yeah, 1 of 33 people in the world that have acquired savant syndrome, which means that you just gained a talent after traumatic brain injury. And so it's the way I like to look at it is like this. It's never too late for you to start over.
Yeah.
I mean, I was 38. I had my traumatic. I had my accident. I'm sorry. I'm good. Yeah.
No, please go ahead. You're leading into you're leading into exactly where I was
They cut
going.
the power. It's out. It's done. No. Yeah. I was 38. I had my accident, and I was exactly where I thought I wanted to be at 38, and I was making exactly what I wanted to make. And I had this accident, and I had to. I mean, I literally walked away from my job after 9 months of. I was painting in the middle of the night from 9 a.m. or 9 p.m. till 4 a.m. in the morning, and then going back to work at 9 a.m. in the next day in the car business. And I juggled that for about 9 months, and then I finally gave up my job, and I just started painting full time. So it's never what I'm trying to say is it's never too late to start over. If you have hobbies and things that you kind of put in the past and think that it's you just have to grow up and let go of those things, I wouldn't, because I mean those are the things that you use to kind of, those are like creative outlets, things that you use to deal with your everyday life.
Yeah. And that was exactly the last question I had for you. Are there any takeaways or pieces of advice that you can share? But I think that's a really good one.
Yeah, I mean, just don't. If you're dealing with trauma and you feel like nobody understands you, I do. Reach out. I'll help you. And the one thing I want the most is I don't want anybody to go through what I had been through for the last 5 years.
What would you describe that as?
Thank you. I crawled into a deep, dark hole, and I stayed there, and I wrapped myself up in it like it was a blanket. And it became my norm that, no matter what happened, I kind of felt more comfortable in the pain that I was wrapping myself up in. And I just stayed there because the reality of it was that no matter how bad it got, it couldn't get any worse than where I was wrapped up in. And that, I got in a really, really dark place. And it took a really long time to get out of that. And, anything I can do to help people not get into that dark hole. Reading the comments, sorry. Anything I can do to help people not get into that dark hole and kind of bury themselves in it and prolong it out. If I can help them shorten that and get back into their normal swing of things. And, painting, you don't have to be good at painting to paint. Yeah. And that's something else I help teach as well.
Awesome. Well, you do go live, and so if people want to catch you, when can they see you?
Oh boy, I need to kind of nail down a schedule, don't I?
Well, that's why they have to favor you, right? So if you get,
I mean, this is your job now, right?
Well,
creative ideas and things.
Formalized content.
Right.
Is part of my gig now. Yes, but from day-to-day streams, what you do on a day-to-day basis. When can people catch you? Afternoons. At least, what time zone are you in?
I'm in Eastern time, afternoons, probably around I guess 9 o'clock. It's the same time. Probably Tuesdays. I try to be more consistent on Tuesdays. Any opinions on or ideas of what you would like it to be about? I like to talk about people's anxiety and trauma and kind of help people through that. But I don't know if it's whatever.
Yeah,
I'm always open. I'm a man of many talents.
I think there's many people who will appreciate and resonate with that. So thank you so much for coming on tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Great time talking with you, and thank you for sharing your story.
I appreciate it. Thank you. You've been great.
Scott, everyone, I can't wait.
I can't wait for it. Yeah, Instagram. I can't wait for it. That's the same as the name that's on here. You can find me on there. All my art's on there, so if you want to check and see that. A lot of videos, and maybe some YouTube at some point.
Yeah, excellent. So check them out. Give them a follow.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Give them a follow here. Thank you so much. We'll see you later.
Appreciate it.
Much love. All right, everyone. We've got one more piece tonight. Not an entire interview, but if you missed Kenny earlier, Kenny is going to do a song for us. I believe G was by saying he's ready for a verse battle. So let me go ahead and ship that his way. Let me find him. And G, if you're still here, if you want to just have him request it, it may take me a moment to find him. But thank you everyone for sticking around again. Oh, found him. There he goes. All right. My name's Chris. This is a show that we do every Wednesday. Here we go. by the one and the only Mr. Kenny Lee Young. Hello, sir.
Good to see you again, Mr. Chris.
All right. Let's go ahead and just take it from the top, not your entire interview, but what's the next song that you're playing for us tonight?
Yeah, so the next song I'm going to play for you guys is called Weight of the World. It's an original song that I wrote a long time ago, but it's still one of those tunes that has stuck with me for the last, I believe, 10 years. And I think the reason why is because I feel like it's still so very relevant today.
Absolutely.
Weight of the World.
I'll hold my hand up like this when it's time to hit the restart button.
Yeah, perfect.
Because the song's probably longer than two minutes. Okay.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers.
Love you, G. This goes out to all my squad members. Oh, yeah. Well, I didn't expect you to have it all figured out today. And I don't expect you to know exactly what to say. 'Cause there's a million different people like me walking around aimlessly, standing on the brink of a shore, wishing for more, wishing that they were in the sea. And I've seen the sails rise in your eyes and in your soul, and now it seems like I'm waiting for that perfect wind to blow, to blow. So don't let the weight of the world slow you down. And if you're searching for the meaning of life, it won't be found. So take your insecurities and leave them all behind. Let's learn to make the most of our time. Oh, of our time. Well, you're worried about you and me, the injustice, the next president to be. I'm ready.
You were on the head of
I was trying to make it slid. We worried about you and me, the injustice, the next president to be. The news and what you hear, your career. It's time for you to face those fears, and it's all fair to be aware, and I'll be there. So don't be scared. Let's take a deep breath of air. It's 1, 2, 3 to 10. You begin to focus again, and no time flies. We have enough to realize this bigger than the both of us. So darling, don't you cry. Don't you cry. Don't you cry. So don't let the weight of the world slow you down. And if you search for the meaning of life, it won't be found. So take your insecurities and leave them all behind. Let's learn to make the most of our time. Let's make the most of our time. Oh, oh. So don't let the weight of the world slow you down. And if you're searching for the meaning of life, it won't be found. So take your insecurities and leave them all behind. Let's learn to make the most of our time. Let's make the most of our time.
baked me out.
Thank
It's so
Thanks so
good,
much,
man.
Chris.
You're so
I
good.
appreciate hanging with you, man.
You're just, I love your music. It's so good. Well, thank you for joining and being a part of the show today. I'd like to just throw it to you to have any closing words. We got about a minute and a half left. So yeah, any closing words, things that you'd like to share or go over before we wrap up today?
Oh yeah. I mean, the main thing is for everybody that's watching. I appreciate you guys supporting Chris and everything that he's doing for the application. There's a lot of things that I want to achieve, and I don't mind, being patient. I'm really happy to be playing music for you guys in this capacity. And my main objective on this platform is to spread as much love, light, and positivity as I possibly can. I know that it's really essential during these times. And so, yeah, Chris, again, just thank you so much, and congratulations to you, brother.
Thank you very much, man. I really appreciate that. But this is about you right now, so I definitely appreciate. No, give it. This is for Kenny. This is for Kenny. Kenny, real quick, can you plug your times that you're on and when people can find you?
Yeah, I'm on practically every single day. It kind of varies, honestly. Mainly like Mountain Standard Time, pretty much around 2 to 5 o'clock generally. But
So that's
all
like
over
4 to 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Much
East
love, brother.
Coast.
Thank you for being on the show today. And checking out the show. Much love to you. Definitely appreciate all of the love and generosity, the congratulations and things that have happened. We've got some awesome things coming up in the future. Big things in the pipeline. And I cannot wait to be part of it with you. And thank you so much to all of you. So again, I look forward to seeing you all again. We do the show every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm live most days. You'll catch me live again. I took a little bit of a hiatus, but I think now you understand for obvious reasons why there is a little bit less activity going on. And so I will be back and doing things per usual. So please feel free and come by, and it's gonna be me as usual, right? And special thanks to Kenny Lee Young. Special thanks to the Max or Mr. Max, and a special thanks to Scott, or I Can't Wait For It. Make sure that you give all of those people a favorite. I'll see you next time. I look forward to your feedback, and I'll see you next time. All right. Bye, everyone. Take care.